Good evening, my name is Thomas Kostenko. This is BUSN318, Small Business Management. And today I'll be doing my Week 8 assignment on Frank's All-American Barbecue, acting as the business consultant. Frank's All-American Barbecue is an outstanding and historic restaurant that served the local community for decades on end. The business is looking for three main ways that which they can improve and create potential future profits. One of them is marketing, the next is day-to-day operations, and third is utilizing e-commerce and digital social medias to promote and produce new products. So we talk about customer suggestions and rapport. Building positive customer rapport is a critical step to any business plan. Considering all the employees' considerations and making sure that each employee is happy and able to grow within that position. Customers give direct feedback from the point of view, allowing unlimited growth. For example, if I was a CEO of a company, I wouldn't be able to tell the perspective of that company by looking at him. I'll have to ask him see how he's doing, see how the business is doing on his end, and how we can improve. Not all suggestions will be great, but this allows the company to work on their weaknesses. Strengths and weaknesses is one of the important things to creating a great business plan, but your strengths are just as important as your weaknesses. Customer service representatives. Meeting customer needs and wants must essentially become the major value driver within an organization, and each member of the organization must understand this and become a value-adding knowledge worker with a passion for customer service and satisfaction. Training and educating employees is a critical step in the customer service representative business. These members of the team must be fully equipped and trained to be able to handle all consumers of all different types, good or bad. A good customer service representative may be the make or break for a consumer and whether or not they stay doing business with that company or leave. Motivated employees. The job characteristics model is one of the most influential attempts to design job with increased motivation properties. Cycling employees through different positions within a business is a good way to keep them motivated, keep them happy. You don't want to make them stagnant and feel like they're stuck in a position. Creating a positive work energy brings the best out of most individuals. Being a charismatic leader allows your happiness to rub off onto them and make them happy, essentially. Providing feedback to employees and allowing them to recognize their strengths and weaknesses. Strengths and weaknesses is super important to motivating employees. And basically, at the end of the day, if the employees are happy, it'll increase the profits and the company growth. Setting goals. Goal setting is an essential to the success of any business, large or small. So if you got the small grocery store by my house, setting goals for that grocery store is important just as it is to Amazon or any other company. All goals should be smart. Thus, the company should provide employees with the necessary tools to meet these goals. So making sure they're trained, making sure that they have the proper work environment to accomplish these goals. Weekly or monthly goals should be integrated in the business plan. They should be short, medium, and long-term goals. Goals can be very broad, so they should be included in the business expectations and tactics. Owners' expectations and goals. Owners must provide motivated and hungry to grow the business in a positive manner. Goals for owners should include be with employees weekly, always be compassionate and understanding of each specific member, being a situational leader, strive to be charismatic and situational per employee. So as a leader, you should be able to develop specific and individual relationships with each one of the employees to better grow the company and create more rapport with each member. Follow through the goals, creating short, medium, and long-term goals, as I mentioned before. Owners can expect to be confident and healthy in their positions. Employees should feel the need and should feel comfortable falling back on these managers and owners and be comfortable in the position. Education and technological developments. As business owners, maintaining proficiency and education of the business world is constantly changing and developing, and it's critical for all these businesses to maintain the highest standards in the technology field and make sure they're educating themselves to keep up with the competition, because the competition is upgrading the technology left and right over and over. New developments may allow business to track data and finances better, allowing time and money to be spent elsewhere. So for example, if a company can develop a new software that instead of having 3 people work on it, they can have 1 and have those other 2 work in another section or unit within the company, the company is going to be saving a lot of money over the long haul. Recording finances. An owner should adequately manage finances, whether doing it themselves or hiring an accountant. All expenses, expenditures, profits, investments should be tracked precisely. If the company doesn't follow and record its costs, it can potentially lose profits and make mistakes. Again, long-term growth of a company partially relies on the recording of finances and making sure everything is perfect, because if it's not, it's just going to continue adding up. Credit utilization. The modern e-commerce world has removed cash as an option. As we hear, the cryptocurrency and all the new types of cash nowadays are just continue to evolve, basically running cash out of business. Credit utilization is incredibly important to any business, small or big, because it allows them to apply for loans and basically open up the whole money world for them. Some of the necessary expenses are best used for credit to include business expenses, meetings and conferences, equipment upgrades, advertising and marketing, physical or online, any other business upgrades such as remodeling. Partnership and sponsorship. A partnership is a business owned jointly by 2 or more people. About 10% of United States businesses are partnerships. Most small businesses remain stagnant due to the low motivation and expectations of the company. For example, a small grocery store that has 1 location has been in business for 30 years, right? But they want to open up a second location, but they lack the money. Well, it's important for them to have a partnership or sponsorship so they can fund the second location while simultaneously growing the company and potential profits. Outsourcing all business units can be risky, but the growth potential is unlimited. Marketing. With more and more consumers migrating to online platforms, physical marketing has shown to decrease and become less effective. Owners need to be able to adapt to the frequent changes in marketing and continue following trends. Without proper marketing, a business is hidden, decreasing the potential sales. Proper marketing creates a bridge between the consumers and the producers. So you have a small business, and then you have consumers that want the product. But if the business isn't marketing, how can the consumers ever know that the business is there? Communicate with your clients and customers regularly and listen to them to ensure branding efforts are effective. Advertising with e-commerce. Good fact is, today's online shopping is far beyond a novelty. In fact, 79% of Americans engage in online shopping in a single day, or most Americans. The advancements in technology, e-commerce marketing is fast and reliable. Studies have shown a significant increase in profits when adequately utilized. An average American under the age of 40 sees 4,000 and 10,000 ads a day on average, which is pretty crazy. E-commerce marketing is essential to any company's long-term success, thus increasing population of consumers using the internet to shop. Some of the older forms of marketing, as we know, billboards, newspaper, any other type of physical ad. Advertising on social media. As marketing goes, one of the best ways to advertise on social media is through Facebook, Instagram. There's a bunch of other ones. Advertising on social media is generally free and inexpensive. It's a great way to spread the word of your business with doing very little work. Some of the best ways to increase marketing skills with social media is through proper training and education. For example, an older business owner may not be familiar with all the new social medias nowadays and may need to have some training and upgrade training to understand the full social media aspect of it. This is the end of my PowerPoint. Thanks for listening. My name is Thomas Kostenko.